So, this is a continuation from the video I did on Tuesday. And if anyone is watching, I want to say a few things that I've been meaning to get off my chest. And this is important to me. And I want to admit a few things too. 1. I admit that more care is a good place to be. And again, like I said on the Tuesday video, I want to leave in a good way. Not in a bad way, but in a good way. And I understand that there are people who have, doubts about me living, out in the world. For the first 6 months of me being at the Dale Valley View, I, of course, was okay. But then I slowly began to go downhill. That, again, for me, was many things. Many things happened. Many things put me in bad positions. And I should have listened to the right people at the right time. But I didn't. I listened to people who thought they knew best but didn't. I should have listened sooner. But I didn't. So, again, sorry. And I want to admit something as well. Yes, I am boisterous. Yes, I am pushy. Yes, I am trying to make friends, but I'm trying to make friends. I've always had trouble making friends. It's not because I'm a mutant or anything like that. It's not that at all. It's not that at all. It's just that I want to make attention for myself. But doing that puts people on edge. And it makes people feel uncomfortable. And I'm not expecting anyone to agree or disagree or, tell me off or tell me different. This is me and this is how it is. But it's not a good idea to tell people lies. It's not a good idea to tell people the wrong thing. And it's not a good idea to give people that impression that you are not safe with other people when you should be safe with other people and you should be safe with yourself. But I see that people see that, in me. And I admit that some days I place myself into situations which are unsafe. I admit that. And I've done things that I am not saying that might have been unsafe for me, and others saw it as unsafe, but for me, I did not. But I see it now that some things were best not unsafe, but unwise. And the unwise behavior I did is not exactly a good idea. I know that now. And for losing friendships through my stupidity and through my stupidity, I've placed myself into a very bad situation. Not in a bad situation for more care or for me or for anyone else, but for making friends. You know, being boisterous, being stupid, doing stupid things, making people feel uncomfortable is not a good way to make friends. Now, the reason why I'm making this video is for other people like me who have autism. This is a lesson for them, as well as for me to remind myself that maybe people don't want to do the things you do, or maybe to do what they want you to do. But for those who are in that position, for goodness sakes, don't do it. It will only cause you trouble. As it has done me. And of course, one has to build up a huge amount of trust. And that trust cannot be given. It has to be earned. And that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to try and rebuild the trust that I lost. Because I've hurt people. And people aren't going to forgive me. I don't think they will. And I don't think I should be forgiven either. And I'm not playing the apology game, although I keep doing it. And the answer is yes, I do keep apologizing and I do break it. Yes, that is right, I do that. I'm not trying to defend myself. I'm just trying to state reality. And other people's expectations of me and what they should have been. I should have been more respectful, I should have been more understanding, and I should have been more forthright in my thinking. But I don't think straight. Because I don't have the working memory to think straight. Because of my autism. But again, that is no excuse for making people feel uncomfortable, for making people feel like they can't be friends with me. And some people have done that. In the past, they have said to me, we cannot be friends with you anymore because you put yourself and others at risk with your lying. How are you supposed to learn how to be a proper person if you keep lying all the time? And how can we trust you? They can't. And I understand that people are very angry at me, in fact fuming with me. And they probably wouldn't want to do anything to do with me. And I spit their generosity back in their face by doing stupid things. Of course, I'm not defending myself, I'm just saying. And I'm not doing the apology game because what is done and it can't be undone. And I understand that. Through my silliness, I have put myself in that situation where people can't trust me anymore. And I understand that, people probably wouldn't want to trust me anymore. It's understandable. But if there's any cancellation, I too also feel regret and anger at myself for not behaving myself through the times I have been here. I should have listened sooner. I should have listened sooner rather than later. If I had learnt sooner rather than later that my behavior has an impact around other people, then maybe things would have been better. But things aren't better. Things are just things, aren't they? I can't repair the past, but I can make a better future. And that better future is through 3D printing and through selling things and taking responsibility for my business, which I'm going to do. And through that business, which I'm going to do on Discord, by selling my things, which I hope to do, maybe I can learn something through it all. Maybe I can learn to be more better, to have that understanding of what other people are saying to me. Maybe through 3D printing I can do that. Maybe through VR. Maybe through VR painting and creating I can do that. Maybe I can learn how to behave. Learn how to be kind. Learn how to behave and stay on the straight and narrow instead of being on a much larger road. Stay on the straight and narrow where I belong, because it appears I've veered off from the straight and narrow into a windy road of stupidity and breaking my own promises and breaking people's trust. And I will work on that, but I'm going to do it through 3D printing. Learn to look after, learn to be responsible, learn that if I hurt others, I hurt myself, and also learn to be more productive in my room, in my everyday life, which is what I need to do. Instead of acting like a child, act like an adult. And maybe through having responsibilities might give me that chance to learn more about why it is bad to lie and why it is bad and why it is a good thing to tell the truth and be truthful and honest, and also to behave more and not put people in stressful situations, and behave more. Like I said, this isn't me defending myself. These are just facts, and I'm just learning from those facts that with those preconceptions of me, one has to prove that those preconceptions are wrong. And I need to prove it now. I need to step up and behave myself. Because I've learned that the hard way. Through losing something I enjoy more than ever, I have lost something very important to me. And that can never be replaced again. I've said some bad things. And I've done bad things as well. But it's about time that I made up for them mistakes by moving on, pushing on, and keep going. And of course to learn from it too. That's the whole point, to learn from it and learn from it well. So what is the moral of this actual video? The moral of this video is never break someone's trust. If you do, you will have to face the consequences of those choices you make. Make the right choices. Don't make the bad ones. Make good, honest choices. Because if you don't, you will break your friendships that you've got. And people will have misconceptions of you because of your behavior. And I've learned that the hard way through losing something very precious to me. You know, these cards remind me of the thing that I have lost. I lost something precious, very precious to me. And I very much doubt I'll ever get it back. But if you ever join any Yu-Gi-Oh club or group, for goodness sakes, don't do what I did. By breaking people's trust, you lose it. You lose the thing you enjoy the most. And that can never be replaced. I mean, certain things can be replaced, but the memories, the fun, the enjoyment of doing it with others, it can never be replaced again. For goodness sakes, don't do what I did by breaking people's trust. Because if you break people's trust, it will hurt you for the rest of your life. Don't do it. That's my moral of the story. Don't do it. And if there are people out there who are thinking about doing bad things or bad choices, for goodness sakes, do not do it. That is the biggest regret anyone can ever do. For goodness sakes, don't do it. Don't break anyone's trust. If you do, you'll end up the way I did. Don't do it. Stay on the straight and narrow. Don't go on the windy road. Stay on the straight and narrow road where you know it is comfortable. Stay on it. And don't veer off from it. Please. I'm begging you, don't do it. Don't do what I did. I broke people's trust because I was stupid and I was silly. And I did not listen until it was goddamn too late. And I regret that. So now I have to rebuild people's trust in me. It may take weeks, it may take months, it may take years. But I know I've got to do it. I've got to prove to them that I can do it. And I will. I've got to prove it to them and to myself. And I will. That's what I intend to do. I've got to. It's not just for my own good. It's for my own future too. Alright. Take it easy. Take care. Have fun tonight. And of course, take care. See you.